Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Translator. Endless Fantasy Translation Editor. Endless Fantasy Translation. The black Maybach was driving smoothly on the expressway to the airport. The car passed by a large shopping mall. There was a new poster on the wall of the shopping mall. It was huge and it attracted countless people that were passing by. Liu Shen was gazing out the car window, and when he saw the huge poster, he paused for a moment. In the poster, the female lead was facing the camera. She had a seductive body, and her chest was voluptuous. She wore a black overcoat and a pair of pointed short boots of the same color. She was holding a dark brown bag with her slender fingers. Her hair was slightly curled, and her jaw was slightly raised. From head to toe, the poster explained the main concept of the brand this season. Simple and pure. In the lower right corner of the poster, it read. Zhu Global spokesperson, Su-yi, Lin Duan, who was sitting in the passenger seat, also saw the huge poster on the outer wall of the shopping mall. He said tentatively, Director Liu, the chairman wants you to. Liu Shen closed his eyes and leaned against the back of the seat to rest. Postpone it. Lin Duan grunted and skillfully crossed the calendar. The chairman of the Liu Group, Liu Yaogua, had 2 sons and a daughter. The 2 sons were born to his first wife, who had a good family background. The youngest daughter was born to a movie star who was once very popular. The eldest son had already settled down. The daughter was very close to her husband and had already given birth to a child. Only the second son, Liu Shen, was still single. Liu Yaogua had undergone 2 major surgeries in the past 2 years because of his health. During that time, he had also decentralized the power of Liu Group. Hong Kong's old generation of rich people had many talents, but there were many heirs to squander their wealth. Some of the rich people had to hand over their businesses to a trust company when they retired in order to prevent their children from losing all their assets. However, Liu Yaogua's 2 sons were an exception. The 2 brothers had shown great talent when they entered the Liu Group. They had proven themselves to be determined and shrewd, and they had even surpassed Liu Yaogua. These years, the eldest son stayed in Hong Kong to manage the family business while the second son, Liu Shen, was responsible for expanding outward. 3 years ago, the Liu Group married the one family of Anchor City, which was on the mainland. With that, their business successfully entered the mainland. Now, Liu Shen was doing business in the capital city. They drove into the airport. 3 hours later, the plane arrived in the capital city. When they boarded the plane, the sky was still bright. When the plane landed, Liu Shen could see the flashing lights of the bustling capital city. Liu Shen boarded a limousine that he had been waiting for a long time. An hour later, the car drove into Weilon Star Court and stopped in the underground garage. Ding, the elevator arrived. The floor was nearly 500 square meters. The heater was turned on, the lights were soft, and the air was filled with a faint aroma. Liu Shen changed his shoes at the entrance and hung up his coat. He had just taken a few steps forward when he suddenly stopped. 2 slender and pure white arms wrapped around his waist from behind. The person behind him said coquettishly, "Hubby." The woman deliberately said the word "hubby" in a teasing tone. She smiled and let go. Liu Shen turned around and looked at the woman who was wearing light white pajamas. Her black hair was fluffy and soft. She did not wear any makeup. Her skin was fair and smooth under the light. Her face was small and delicate. She had black hair, red lips, and fox eyes. She had beautiful facial features. Other than her clothes, she looked almost the same as the huge poster outside the shopping mall today. Su-yi tilted her head and looked at Liu Shen with a smile. She ended her childish game of hugging her husband from behind. She walked lazily to the bedroom in her slippers. Liu Shen went to the cloakroom alone. He had not been here for half a year. His pajamas were squeezed in the corner of the closet. Beside his pajamas was a dress that looked like it had been worn before. Liu Shen carried his pajamas to the bathroom. Not long after, the sound of running water came from the bathroom. Read latest chapters at Wuxia World. Sight only in the bedroom. Su-yi sat cross-legged on the bed, staring straight in the direction of the bathroom. this Lu Shen, why did he come without even greeting her? That's not right. In the past, he had never greeted her. After all, he was coming back to his own home, so there was no need to inform her in advance. Sui silently thought about the word home that suddenly popped up in her mind. Then, she slapped her forehead in frustration. She had been too busy with her schedule for the past half a year. She was so busy that she almost forgot that she was married and had a husband. Even though her marriage with Lu Shen had not been officially registered with an agency in the country, it was a fact that they were married in Las Vegas. She and Lu Shen had said, "Yes, I do," in front of the priest that day. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.